Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, Off Grid Investor. This is Dolph. So what happened to the market today? So as you know, the earnings season that kicked off, and we started off with all this, the bank stocks, putting their earnings out. So let's talk about the Goldman Sachs a little bit because, as you know, in this channel, I talk about the Goldman Sachs a lot and the JP Morgan, and I'm still bullish on those two stocks. Even though I was being a little nervous today because they announced the earning early in this morning. They said it came out as better than expected. So it started with the green, as you know, but it kind of lost a little bit towards the end of the market close. But as you know, since I kind of recommend the stock. It's been going up pretty well as a kind of recovery stock play, like that I was talking about. So it went up like almost like 15% so far. So if you ask me like what is my plan with the Goldman Sachs, it kind of weighs pretty heavy on my the portfolio. I was mainly playing the recovery, the play. So for now, from now on, I'll be of course watching it carefully, pretty much everyday basis. But my plan is to hold it a little bit longer, about a month or two or so. But after that, I'm thinking about selling everything, just because. Like I said, it weighs a little bit on my, quite a bit on my the portfolio, and I don't want to get the caught up with the holding the too much the weight on my portfolio. So, and it is a bank stock. It is a kind of somewhat safe, but what happened after COVID, all this bank stock and airline stocks and travel stock and all that, it got bitten pretty bad. So. For right now, with all this stimulus, stimulus check coming out, and I still think the bank will do well. They will probably recover a little bit more going forward. So I'm thinking like right now it's just at what $294 today. So my price target is at about 320, maybe 325. That's what I would like to at least hold it to. But after that, I'm thinking about just like taking all it off from my portfolio. That's what my plan is. But none of this is a recommendation. So please do make your own decision. It is not a financial advice. It's only entertainment purpose only, and education purpose only. So yeah, that's that. And NIO stock went up a little bit today. Yeah, 3.86%. And I heard the news. They were saying even though there is like the big lockdown is going on in China, but they were saying. There is a possibility they'll come out with the more than 8,000 delivery in January. That'll be of course the great news for NIO. So I'll be looking into that. And it kind of dipped on Friday, I believe, the last week. So I picked up a little bit more shares of NIO. That was probably the most I ever paid for NIO, but I'm in previous the video and all that, and I've been saying I keep on buying it just like little by little. I've been buying it ever since the price was $39, $40, the price range. My plan is to keep on just keep on buying it because it's just the beginning of how this this company will, will be doing very, very well in the future. So that's my plan. And let's talk about CCIV. Yeah, it went Went down today a little bit, 2.5%. But when I, made this video and I told you guys, like what the price, what I bought it for, I bought it for $14.45. Now it is $19, the 15 cents. So if you ask me like what to do with this, you might have to ask yourself like how much like you have invested in it. I have invested, like the small enough that I really don't care, how much, what the price is going to be in the near future. But if you like, invested in the pretty heavy, I don't know why would anybody would do that. But I mean, just in case, like just because, like it is EV stock and, it's all hyped up and, like thinking that you want to make it, the gains. Probably right now it is a good time to kind of take some profit off of it. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, you have to kind of ask yourself why in the first place you got into this, because, the Lucid Moto, the rumors and all that. And right now, to me, it is like just, it's reacting to that rumor. So why would you even sell it at this point? So that's my thought on that. I wanted to talk about the another stock, the Palantir. PLTR. I kind of mentioned about this one, back in the December, and I did mention like how much I like it. The Palantir, it went up 3%, 3.82% today. Just went up a little bit, but it's been like pretty much going sideways. Yeah. I don't know, like ever since I bought it, it's been going sideways. So I was hoping that it'll react sometime soon. So we'll see. But I do like it, I start, the position like around $23.99. That's when I kind of started, position. Right now it sits at $26.75. So I made a little bit of money. We'll see. Like I feel like something will come. Some kind of like the like positive news will come out. It's about the time, I think. In my opinion. So we'll see. Like so I'm holding on to that. And let's talk about now with the CCIV was a spec play that we did. And what about the penny stock, the isolate? Yeah, that one went up quite a bit today, yeah? So it went up like 22% up. So in the previous video, I told you, I bought it at $2.03. So now it sits at $2.48. So it's about about 22% up ever since I bought it for. But like this is the farmers, farmers, the health, the pharmaceutical, the company that makes the medicine for the cancer, so like for me, this is still the penny stock. So this kind of like the run up, like like it is for me, like it is a just kind of indication of the momentum. So I'm not planning on like selling, or anything, so I'll be keep on, but I don't think I'll add up any more shares to that. I'll just hold and see how this thing will go. And let's talk about the plug power. Yeah, so I've been holding that for a while. So I think I did recommend this one when the price was about $45. Yeah. So right now it is at $66.38. Today it went up a lot. Yeah, like 10.38%. Yeah, it went up. So the plug power, I think the people are just realizing how great company this Plug Power is. So like all this hydrogen, the EV stock it's been running up, quite nicely. But particularly this Plug Power, because of the all the news that came out, they're gonna work with the Renault, the French the automaker. I think there was a good catalyst, but that's because in my opinion, that Renault that they don't have the they don't have the technology to develop by themselves, I think. And who has really the developed like and head of all this the hydrogen like EV, the leader of this hydrogen EV is Hyundai actually. They are the one that are actually leading right now, and I wanted to show you the pictures of their the semi trucks and actually the hydrogen the SUV is called the Nexo, I think it is. They've sold about like more than 1,000 units so far, and they're and the Hyundai is like the one of the biggest the auto manufacturer in the world. There's no wonder like the Apple they wanted to work with the Hyundai. I think that I just heard the rumor they're saying actually they were going with the Kia. Kia is it is the same company. The Hyundai owns the Kia, and not many people realize. And I've heard like some people like, hey, why the Apple is going with like Hyundai, not why not with like Toyota or like Mercedes or something like that. And I was like, no, that's not the good way for the Apple, because the Apple like probably they have more cash than any company you can possibly imagine. I think the cash hold is probably even more than what is worth the Tesla probably. So they do have all that money, but as their technology and like it is way behind. They're not there yet. And why it is a good like the core working together with the Hyundai is good is because Hyundai is like not many people realize Hyundai makes more cars than the Ford or the Chryslers. Like it is one of the biggest company, and they do have the EV and hybrid cars and like all that. It is out there, and they're manufacturing the millions and millions of cars. I think even like the year of 2020, I think they rolled out more than 10 million cars or something. Yeah. So for the Apple, I think it's a great move. They're going with that, and obviously the Apple would like to compete with the Toyota or like the even Tesla and NIO, and so they're not gonna to work with those the company. And Hyundai is great because it is a big company, and they got the technology. And if you ever seen all this the design like Hyundai is making these days, like, and all those cars that Hyundai is making, they are winning all this the car of the year, SUV of the year, you name it. Like, and design is the great this day. Of course, not as not like like technology wise, I wouldn't say like they don't compare with the Toyota yet, but they do have comparable the technology and their volume the manufacturing volume is it is big enough, And also another thing is, the Apple likes is because they have, manufactured in Georgia. Yeah, so that they can actually get a really help from, the Hyundai making those cars. Of course, the softwares and all that, the Apple is going to come up with, their own thing later. And, but the chassis and all this, the actual making, the bodies and all that, that's the technology that the Apple don't have. But they're not going to go with the Chrysler, of course not. Or the any the company in Europe. I mean, it's just not going to be. So for Apple, it is great. It was a great move, in my opinion. But why am I talking about this? Yes, the plug power. The Hyundai has really the great the technology on the hydrogen EV. The sector, and their car, the even like the semi trucks, they have already sold more than 50 or something, like in Switzerland or Netherlands or something like that. And it is not, Hyundai's the semi truck. It is not a Nikola, it's not like the semi truck that you roll down the hills and say, yeah, our truck is moving. No, it is not that. Hyundai's, the semi truck, the hydrogen semi truck, it is running, and it is. If you have a little time, type of Google, go and see all these designs of semi trucks that it is running, like in operating right now, and they're planning to sold hundreds of thousands, like by by the end of 2021. So we'll see. But why am I talking about this one? It's plug power. When you think about it, like now there's all this, the EV, stock is running up, and there is a controversy between like full electric power, and the hydrogen, electric power. And I remember Elon Musk, the saying like, oh, that's like the dumb. Why would you like convert the, like hydrogen to, the electric, and there's like, another steps that, you need to take and all these negative things. But yes, indeed, like for the regular cars and all this, like the personal cars, yeah, you can charge it at home or the charging station. But, like the big, semi truck. I think that's because another reason the Tesla as a semi truck, it is being a little late now. Like everybody's waiting for that. But we surely don't have infrastructure that it is like if it comes out like for especially like all the semi truck and all that. For them, the time is the money. They need to go to state. They need to drive a longer distance. And as you know, the hydrogen, the EV, the engine, it can go a whole lot more than just like the battery powered the EV. So that's another thing. And think about it, like in the neighborhood or something. How many, like later on, like they're already starting, there maybe like one or two charging station, or they'll be start putting. I can definitely see that happening, like in near future, like in a year or two, they'll be start, setting up those, installing all this, the charging station and even later, the regular, the neighborhood, the gas station or something. But the later on. All this, the trucks and the semi trucks. Like if you go to like the truck stop or something, I mean, you cannot wait 45 minutes or 50 minutes, to charge, the truck. Or if you're in the line, like you're waiting for another person to charge and to charge your truck, like that's gonna just take way too long. But what is then the convenient way, actually, for all this, the commercial industries? I think the hydrogen is the way to go. And I don't know, like I do own RV, the travel trailer, and I do to fill up my, the propane, the gas, I do have, the one that I use, and I have like another extra, and it is convenient, like to use, the those propane tank, and any gas station, or like the grocery store, they all have, and I'm sure everybody have experience, swapping that, just as easily just go to pay, and it's like 1 minute. Later on, I think the plug power is the one that is going to benefit a lot if they come up with kind of like small, even portable tank, the hydrogen tank. And I'll be the very first person to buy one of those, the generator or something, the power by the hydrogen. And if you can go to the gas station and just like swipe it, just pay like $15 or $20, and or even having like an extra, the tank. And think about it, like the old time, the gasoline generator, like it makes a huge noise and all that. It's gonna be like quiet, and it's gonna be more powerful. And like on my RV, like there's like uh, like solar power, the panels, and I only like have like the two of them. But I know some of the RVers out there, they put in like 4 or 5, and it takes forever. And when this, there is no sun, it is hassle. But something, like plug power, I think, they're making, and all this, like the generator, like all batteries, the hydrogen, the power battery. I think it will benefit a lot. And also I've heard that, the Amazon and the Walmart's, they're already pre-ordered, hundreds, thousands of units, 100,000 units, already for their, the lift fork. Yeah. So those, like equipments and all that is going to be the great for plug powers, to really point, their revenues and all that. And that's why I think, the French automaker Renault, I think is trying to develop the technology together. And also I think, they're later on, like they'll be coming up with the hydrogen, the technology, the EV technology, the equipment for this regular car as well, and the commercial, like Renault, the commercial, the van is great. And I don't know if anybody see it, even the design, I like a whole lot better than the Ford, those commercial, the van and stuff. So I think that's what the Renault is going with, this cooperating with the plug power. So it is great news for plug power. And yes, it said now $66.38. But I believe this price will go up a whole lot higher. And right now their revenue is like little over 200 something millions, and it's been like going up. Revenue has been going up every quarter, every year now, but especially what they were saying, like by the 2025 they're looking at like the 1.4 billions of revenue or something. And I do believe that might happen, really. So I'm very bullish on the plug power. So almost like the it almost like the doubled ever since I've been talking about this since like the price was around $35, $40 range. So what did you like to do with this? I mean, it went up quite a bit, but do you want to sell it, or you want to keep it? But then that question also you'll also have to ask yourself, like did you invest in it? Like if it is quite a lot, it's nothing wrong with taking some profits, and see the near future, to see how this one go. I can definitely see in the near future, if it dips, it can go down like 20% down or so. So this is something that I'll be looking into that. And let's talk about another penny stock that I covered this previous video. TRXC ticker symbol, yeah. Transentrix, yeah, that's the name of the company. And I made a video right after I bought the stocks at $2.14. Today it went up. Like, how much did it went up? It went up to $3.53. I think it went up like more than 70% today. Yeah. So if there is anybody who bought the stocks right after I made a video, great news for you. Good for you. Yes. So I want to ask you, like, how much did you buy it? The news was the shares are because of the company. They said they received the CE mark approval for its some kind of surgical unit that which enables like the machine to utilize the vision capability on surgical system. That was the catalyst today that made the stock shoot up that much, like, so 72%. So what are you gonna do with this? I don't know. It went up, like the stock went up like the double in one day, pretty much. What are you gonna do? Like that one also, if you want to take some profit off of it, go ahead. But I bought just a small amount, that I don't really to care about the price much. But I can tell you I made quite some money on that one today. So this video is is all about that. This channel is all about making some extra money. So if you made some money, that's great. And there's nothing wrong with taking some profit off of it. Like I know some people like make hundreds, like thousands of dollars every day, and they don't even like to spend like a few $100s for themselves. Go buy some nice things for yourself, or if you made it to quite a money, then go family vacation to some nice place. Yeah, that's what this channel is for. And tomorrow earning, I wanted to mention about this one stock, ticker symbol ASML, AMSL. I'm sorry, ASML Holding. So they will announce the earning tomorrow morning. So I did not have a chance to dip my toes on this one, but I might be regretting. But this is one of the stock that I really, really like. And if you have a little more time, do some research yourself. But what this the company does pretty much is like they make this the machines that helps all this the semiconductor the chip makers to like mapping it, architecture of the chips, like that's what they the machine does. And it is not cheap. It's like the machine costs about $120 million. So even like the small companies, they ask all these big companies to to make the nano chips and all that. Every the big company, like you name it, like the Samsung, Nvidia, AMD, Intel, Taiwan Semiconductor, which is the biggest the chip maker in the world, they all need to use this machine. And there, this company is the only company that makes this machine. And it comes with, like, so if you order, it takes more than 2 years for them to develop it in the first place. So you need to like kind of pay. I don't know how much they paid, like upfront what. But and it comes with like more than 100,000 pieces that you need to like assemble it. Of course, you don't know you don't have like technician to assemble it. So what do? Like you ask that the company to bring all this the peoples to assemble it. It's like huge, like hundreds of $1,000,000 the project or the things that. But this company is the only company in the world, and you cannot all this nanochips and all these big companies like the semiconductor company, they all have this, and that's the only way they can make the chips. So just to make the long story short, this is the great company. This is I haven't invested in my like that. I would like to save money myself, slowly investing in it. This is the stocks that I want to invest in for 10 years, 15 years down the road. But they um, they announce the earning tomorrow morning. So we'll see if how the stock reacts. But tomorrow is inauguration day. So what does that mean? Like any bad news that comes out, through the news tomorrow, the stock market will be going upside down. I can tell you that. So be careful, everybody out there. And we'll see how the stock market does. But like I said, the earnings season kicked off, so the market's going to be very volatile. So everybody, keep it tight. I hope everybody makes some nice, good extra money tomorrow. And I'll see you. That's it for today's the video. So I'll see you next time.